What's up, guys? Garrett with self.dev. So today we are just going to answer some questions from Reddit. So let's get going. First one up, what does the roadmap to self-teaching software development look like? So what does the roadmap to becoming a self.dev look like? I've recently started teaching myself C, and from there I want to go to C++ and others. I have some knowledge already of the concepts. I guess my question is, once you can program well enough, how big is the jump from that to developing an app? I'm trying to set realistic expectations. Ideally, I'd like to get there, but I'd like to have a clear picture of what the journey looks like. So, first thing, I would clarify what specifically, do you want to work on the Android side of the app, or do you want to work on the iOS side of the app? Because when I worked at Chase, they had an Android team and an iOS team, and where I work at now, they have Android teams and iOS teams. You can learn something like React Native and work on both, but it just kind of depends on what company you want to go for and what tech stack they're using on those teams as well. If you're just getting into the tech industry, you're probably gonna have to go for a startup if you're teaching yourself. At least from my experience, that's the easiest way to get in because they're smaller companies. They don't have as big salary or budgets, so they're usually looking for less experienced developers that they don't have to pay quite as much. And that's a good way to get your foot in the door. You can work there for a year, get some experience, and then pivot to a new company and basically double your salary depending on what stuff you're doing. Because that's basically what happened to me. I started off making 40, 45, something like that. I got a little raise when I moved to lead dev on my team to 60. And then when I moved to another job, it basically doubled my salary. I didn't think that really happened. I thought YouTubers was just joking when they said that you can do that, but you can actually do that, and it blew my mind. Anyway, so yeah, clarify what exactly you want, Android, iOS, or both. And then from there, just like in web development, you're gonna need to build a portfolio or have some way to show off your skills to potential employers. You can't just say, hey, I have these certificates. If you don't have a college degree, and even if you do have a college degree, you probably should have a portfolio of what you've built, what you can do that you can point to and say, hey, look, I built this, I can do this. Here's the proof. So yeah, figure out if you want to do Android. Go learn I'm not familiar with I think Android uses Java, Kotlin. Go Google what languages do you need to know to build Android apps. I'm pretty sure it's just Java. Or if you want to go iOS, go learn what does iOS use? It's not Flutter, right? Nope, Flutter is one of the you could use Flutter for iOS, but it's more one of the cross platforms. So Flutter is like React Native. You can use that on Android apps, iOS apps. But yeah, I'd Google what languages do you need to build iOS apps. Or if you want to use both, just learn React Native, which I might try to do that, honestly, because that is going to teach you React. You're basically going to have to know React to know React Native, right? And then if you ever want to transition to web development or something like that, then you'll have React down, so that'll be pretty easy to switch to. Figure out what skills you need. Learn those languages. Just watch a tutorial or two online to learn hey, this is what you can do. Take notes while you're watching those tutorials because you are going to need to go build projects. Building projects on your own is where most of the learning takes place. So if you just watch the tutorials and then go try to build projects, you're going to have that effect where you were watching the teacher do math problems in high school and you're like, yeah, this is easy. I understand this. And then you go home to do the homework and you're like, nope, I have no idea how to do this. So make sure you take notes so you can refer back to that and remember how to do stuff, how to implement stuff. Once you've built some projects, start applying to jobs, keep learning, keep building bigger, better, cooler stuff, keep applying, and then as long as you're persistent, it's inevitable that you'll find a job. Because eventually you'll keep improving and get to a point where somebody is like, yeah, he seems pretty good. I want to give him a chance. Sweet, so that's the first one. Up next here, need help deciding what resources to use to learn front-end web development. Self-taught, I'm 18 years old, I wish I would've got into this at 18 years old. I was talking to a guy in my Uber today, and his son's 7, I think, and he's doing some code courses, or maybe he was in 7th grade. One of those two, but he was doing code courses super early, and I was like, dang, I wish I would've done that, because you could be 18, come out of high school making 6 figures if you would started learning this stuff at the right time. I'm 18 years old and am looking to get into front-end web development. I have found 4 potential resources I believe are good, but need insight from fellow programmers. Right now, I am doing the Harvard CS50 course. Did I learn? I need to go rewatch that. I'm not sure if I learned a whole lot from that. I think they talk about big O notation and actual computer science concepts in there. So Yeah, I guess there are some good stuff in there if they talk about big O notation. But honestly, I don't think I've had a job interview yet. And I've been at 4 companies where I've had to talk about like big O notation or anything like that. Or really like algorithm challenges. Most of like the web development stuff that I've done, I haven't needed that for yet. Anyway, look at the resources here. We've got developer.mozilla.org. Honestly, I haven't gone through their like course to see if it's good or not. I know that when I'm trying to find an answer to something from work, if MDS or Mozilla comes up, I don't use that resource. So like most of the time when I'm looking for help, the resources are pretty trash. So I'm gonna assume their course isn't that great either, but hey, it might be worth it. Maybe worth checking it out. Roadmap, YouTube, and then another. This looks like the same one, right? Is this not the same link as the first one? This is the same link as the first one. So we got 3 resources to look at. Starting soon, so I don't want to play that because I'm going to get copyrighted or something like that. But 3-hour course on front-end web development bootcamp. So this on its own probably isn't going to teach you everything you need to know to be a web developer. And then this front-end web developer roadmap, is this interactive? Can you click on this and like go, oh my gosh, that's awesome. This is kind of what I wanted to build, but dang it, they already have it. Front end. Yeah, so go to the front. Am I on the front end? I am on the front end. That was, okay, why does that keep linking? Why is that a clickable link then? Interesting. This is reading a lot of stuff, starts off with how the internet works. Yeah, this, like, I've always liked this chart. This seems like that'd be a pretty good resource, probably. I do always like to recommend like hit multiple resources, because like if you do one thing, you're gonna learn, they're gonna cover stuff one way, and then if you do another resource, they're gonna cover stuff another way, and it's kind of like layers, and it's gonna fill in gaps in your knowledge, going through the like front-end web development stuff from multiple sources. So maybe even go through just all 3 of those. If I was starting out right now, the ones I would go with are free Codecamp because it's free. And then if you've watched any of my videos, you know that I'm a big believer in the fact that you need to build projects to learn this, and build projects on your own, not like have a teacher hold your hand while you're walking through it. And that's what you do in free Codecamp curriculum. Let's go to responsive web design. So yeah, they've got these sections here, and then at the end of each one, you'll build like a survey form, tribute page, a tech documentation page, product landing page, and a personal portfolio. And it basically gives you like the requirements for it, and then you go off and build it on your own. And that's one thing I really like. That's kind of what I'm trying to incorporate in my course. If you want to get notified when my course comes out, or it might already be out depending on when you watch this video, look in the comments or the description below, and I will have a link to where you can get that course, or get updated on when it comes out. And you're going to build projects in that. It's going to be video based, so I'm going to show you, hey, this is what HTML can do. Now go build this project with it, and then I'm going to show, hey, this is what CSS can do. Now go build this project with it, and we're going to build a lot of projects in there. But yeah, that's one of the reasons I like free Codecamp. They give you projects to build, and of course it's free. And then if you're just getting into code, you want to make sure you like coding, and that this isn't just like you're going just for the money. Because if you're going just for the money, you're not going to get that high up. I feel like you have to have you have to love coding on its own to have the drive, because like after you get the job, you don't get to stop learning. You still have to like go off and still learn stuff, because tech is always evolving and changing. There's new ways to do stuff, better ways, and you need to go learn and improve. But yeah, anyway, back to my recommendations on where you should learn. Free Codecamp, that's where I'd start off. And then the Odin project, they are similar to Free Codecamp. I don't think they have videos. I think it's mostly text-based stuff like Free Codecamp, but they'll also give you projects at the end too. They teach you how to set up Git. Does Free Codecamp teach you how to set up Git? I'm pretty sure they've got something down in these other ones that talk about setting up Git. Maybe, I guess I'm not seeing it. Maybe they don't. But you need to learn Git, so that's another reason I'd hit. Then it's another reason I'd hit multiple sources, right? So like if Free Codecamp doesn't talk about Git, the Odin project does, and you need to learn about that. HTML foundations, and then you'll be able to project recipes, a landing page, rock, paper, scissors. And you might be thinking, yeah, this is a lot of projects. Do I really need this many projects? Yeah, you do. You're going to need a lot of projects, because each project you build is going to drill the knowledge down in your head more and more. And your brain's going to be like, oh, this is really important. I need to remember this. And then when you're building projects in the future or at work, you won't have to Google stuff as much. You'll like run into a problem and you'll be like, oh wait, I solved that in this project. And like, you won't have to Google it. You'll have it done faster. So Odin project, second one I check out. And then thirdly is Team Treehouse. I really like their tech degree program because they give you projects and they are really polished, nice looking projects. I don't know about the Odin projects, how they look, but free code camps don't look that great. With Team Treehouse, they give you a mock-up of what the project should look like. That's something else I'm trying to do in my course. I give you a Adobe XD and a Figma mock-up of the projects we're going to build, but Team Treehouse gives you mock-ups as well. And then they've got everything laid out super nice, like similar to this, except that there's not all this stuff on the side. It's just like a one straight path of like what you need to go through. If I click on learn more, does it bring me to that? Well, yeah, it's got these projects. So in this front-end developer tech degree, you build 9 projects, build a capstone portfolio at the end. I also like the fact that it's kind of expensive. You're like, wait, what? You like the fact that it costs a lot of money? And yes, because when you spend money on something, you're more invested in it. And plus, you don't want to keep paying $200 a month, right? So you're gonna try and finish this project or this course as fast as you can. You can finish these in 3 months, it says, because you can only submit 1 project a week, and they'll actually grade your project for you and give you feedback on it and be like, hey, you should have done this, 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 or this, or they'll reject it if it doesn't match the mock-up closely enough, which is another thing I kind of like and that I'm going to implement in my course. But yeah, if you can afford it, I'd do front-end web developer tech degree, and then the full stack JavaScript tech degree. I think I did both of those, and free code camp, and then that's what I had built when I got my job. I didn't even actually finish these. I got to like project 6 or 7, and then I was like, I'm gonna go back and do this because there are a few things they talk about that are in both courses, but you get different projects for each one. So, and then they look good, which again is a good thing, because like when potential employers are looking at your portfolio, they're going to try to just judge it based off of the quality of your code, but having stuff that looks good helps a lot. Like it's like you walk into a job interview with a suit versus if you walk into a job interview in shorts and a t-shirt. Somebody who walks into a job interview in a suit is going to make a better first impression and not have to make up as much ground with their like the quality of their projects. Well, actually, I guess the suit in the metaphor is the quality of the projects, but you know what I'm saying. So yeah, those are the resources I would check out. Anyway, back to the questions here, because we spent way too long on that one. What else do we got? Self-taught route or bootcamp route? I think I made a video on this the other week, but it looks like he is checking out Hack Reactor. Hey everyone, so I came here to ask for some guidance moving forward in my code journey. I'm 23 and have been coding for 1 month now. I think that's when I started learning how to code, actually. It's really intriguing to me, and I know that I want to do it. Sweet, that's good. You have like the curiosity and drive that you need to learn code, and you're not just doing it for the money. To really accelerate my learning curve, I'm thinking about doing Hack Reactor Bootcamp, 19-week beginner program, cost $18K. Current living situation allows me to get a loan to do the course comfortably. If you have to get a loan to do it, I would recommend against it. I'll get into that more in the end of this question, but I will post the weekly structure. Hack Reactor also offers job search mentorships, one-on-one mentoring, basically helps you land a job with an 80% success rate and helping applicants find a job afterwards. Would love to hear some feedback. The length of the bootcamp is 5 months, which is another reason I've debated taking the bootcamp. In 5 months of intense coursework, I'll be able to start applying to jobs. Honestly, you can start applying to jobs before that. Like you could go through free code camp and probably this first section here could probably be done in a month, and you'll have 4 projects and a portfolio, and you can start applying. Your chances of getting a job are going to be super low because you don't have a whole lot of skill yet, but you could start applying there. There's no like black and white line of like, hey, you're ready to start applying now. I mean, you could start like you can apply to jobs with no experience. You're probably not going to get it because they want people who have experience or like kind of at least know what they're doing a little bit, but you could start applying now. They might not, like the ROI on your time spent applying might be negative, not worth it. But anyway, so stuff about this question. First off, I don't think you need to like 18K taking out a loan. I wouldn't do that. I mean, I taught myself how to code and got a job in 8 months. So if I can do it, I consider myself to be slightly below average in the bell curve of life. I just feel like it's a safer assumption to assume that you're below average. That way you'll work harder and make up for lost ground versus assuming you're above average. Because I mean, everybody thinks they're special, right? And when everybody thinks they're special, nobody's special. Whatever Syndrome says in The Incredibles. But you don't need to spend 18K to do that. Like I said, go to free code camp or Team Treehouse, right? Let's say you finish both of these in 3 months. That's 6 months times 200, 612. So you only spent 1,200 versus 18K. Much more affordable to do this. You'll have a nice portfolio of projects. They talk about how the internet works and like all that basic stuff too, but you do need to have the drive to make yourself sit down and do it. So that is one benefit of spending 18K on this. Just because of the fact that you have to take out a loan for it, I wouldn't want to do it. But if you did have the money, spending 18K, you're definitely going to be invested and like focus and work hard on that. So that is one positive of spending that much money. But I think there should be a limit on how much money you spend. And I like with Team Treehouse, $200. I think that's appropriate. Now, the job search mentorship, one-on-one mentoring. So one-on-one mentoring, like you can come to our Discord, like come to the self.dev Discord. The link to that's in the description, or just make friends in Reddit, or go find other dev communities. But like my admin team or me, like we're happy to help out and like kind of mentor you. So I don't think that should be like a deciding factor, really. Just come to like Discord, like DM me and bug me all the time. Div bugs me a whole lot because I'm really bad at responding because I have a lot of stuff going on. But he'll message me like 3 or 4 days in a row when I haven't responded, and then I'm like, oh crap, I need to respond to this. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry, I'm bad at responding. But yeah, if you do that, I will answer if you bug me enough. And then again, the 80% success rate, like what does that mean? 80% success rate. So does that mean 80% of people that take Hack Reactors Bootcamp end up with a job? If so, over what time period is that? And is it only tech jobs? Are they saying, hey, somebody took our bootcamp and then they got a job as I don't know what they were like, hey, I don't like code. They went and did welding school and now they're a welder, but they have a job. So we're going to count that as our success. You really need to dig into that and see what it is. Like, also, what's the time frame on that? Like, is it 80% of people had a job within 1 month of graduating bootcamp, within 2 months, within 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years? How far? That's another thing I'd check out. Just dig into that because statistics can lie. So be careful with that. My personal opinion, I don't think you need to go to a boot camp to learn how to code. Nothing against people who do. Like if you want to go that route, like I said, there is a benefit to spending 18K on a boot camp. Like you're going to be super invested in that and you are going to focus and work hard. So, I mean, if you're going the route I went, you have to have you have to be hungry for this and you have to be able to sit down after a long day of work and study for a few hours or wake up at 5 before you go to work and study for a few hours, which if you have negative emotional leverage, like you're at a job you hate, that is great. That is great emotional leverage because you come home at the end of the day, you're like, my job sucked. I just want to watch Netflix and eat pizza. Or you have to think about, hey, every day I'm not studying is another day I'm gonna have to go to this job that I hate, or I can study, learn more, build better stuff, and get a job in code that I'll love. So that's my thoughts on that. I would just go with Free Code Camp, Odin Project, and Team Treehouse. Again, you will have to start off at like a startup. You won't have to. You'll most likely have to start off with a startup, and you most likely will not have a super high paying salary. But like I said, after a year, you can pivot to a new company or new job, and usually your salary goes up exponentially after you have experience. So, yep, that's my thoughts on that one. If you guys have any questions that you want me to answer, let me know in the comments below or come post them on Reddit. That would be more helpful, actually, because then I can just read it in my video like this. A lot of people ask good questions in the comment section, and then I don't have the time to type out a paragraph. So I'm like, hey, come ask that in Discord, or just I'll make a video out of it. But yeah. If you want to come join the Discord or the Reddit, link to those is in the description. Like I said, I have a course coming out too. It's going to be heavily project focused because that's one of the biggest things I think you need to build when you're going through courses. I'm going to build some projects holding your hand, and then there's going to be other projects where you just have to go off and do it on your own. Come ask questions in Discord, and I will help nudge you forward, and other people who have done the projects will help nudge you forward. But like I said, building projects on your own is a big thing. If you got some value out of this, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well so YouTube knows I'm doing good stuff and I can help more people out. That would be very much appreciated by me. And I think that's about... Oh, wait, one more thing. If you want to get my resume template, the one I used when I was applying to tech jobs before I had any technical experience, look in the description. I'll have a link where you can get that emailed to you as well. And then I'm also doing resume reviews again. So if you want feedback on your resume, look in the description, send me your resume to my email. And if I have feedback on it, I will include it in my next resume review video. I think that's about it for this one though. So I will catch you guys next time. Peace.
Round 1.